got the Bank of England, RBS, the Royal Mail, the National Gallery, the Tate. Now you're probably thinking like, what do all these have in common? Well, let me tell you, all these institutions have historical links with the Atlantic slave trade. Now, British merchants were one of the main participants in the Atlantic slave trade, transporting about 3.1 million Africans to colonies in the Caribbean, North and South America, and to many other countries. The top three hotspots for British slave traders were London, Bristol, and Liverpool. Ships were sailed to the west coast of Africa where they traded manufactured goods for captured African people. British slave trade was abolished in 1807, but this is only applicable at the time to British Caribbean islands, Mauritius, and South Africa. Because of this, the Slavery Compensation Act 1837 came into force. But get this, the Act only paid substantial money to slave owners, but nothing, absolutely nothing to slaves themselves. The government spent approximately £20 million to compensate slave owners. That makes up to 20 billion today. The Atlantic slave trade transformed the economy in Britain, as the processing and distribution of produce such as tobacco, sugar and cotton resulted in huge investment for British warehouses, factories, trade houses and banks. Many institutions are now investigating their own links with slavery, including the University of Cambridge, which 15 of its own colleges are fully cooperating with this inquiry. A spokesman from the university said the University of Cambridge have launched a 2-year in-depth academic study in April 2019 into ways in which contribute to, benefit from, or challenge the Atlantic slave trade and other forms of coerced labour during the colonial era. They have also said an interim report of their findings will be expected to be published by 2022. I spoke to Zach Nintim, postgraduate student at the University of Cambridge, King's College.
I think it's really important that institutions, particularly Cambridge, are beginning to investigate their history and involvement in slavery. I think we all know that there really isn't a British institution still standing that hasn't benefited from slavery in one way or the other. Smaller individual and more focused investigations need to happen around all 31 colleges because it's a collegiate university. You know, some colleges are older than others, some colleges are richer than others, so they're varying histories. Unfortunately, I do not think this will be the beginning of any sort of change or sort of improvement in the treatment of black people in the UK. My fear for this report is that it will be sort of buried or hidden in academic jargon and locked up in libraries where no one will really see it, and the people who do need to see it or hear it or learn from it won't have the access to it. So I think it will actually end up being quite a futile and irrelevant project, vanity project for the university.
There's an ongoing debate on whether slavery reparations should be made. So far, the government nor institutions have made any direct compensation to descendants of the Atlantic slaves, but instead reparations have been made in other ways. For instance, the University of Glasgow, which has pledged £20 million solely on research after finding out they received bequests and gifts in the 18th and 19th century from individuals involved in the slave trade. Or like All Souls College at the University of Oxford, which has launched an annual scholarship for Caribbean students. All in all, this is a good thing. But what does this really mean for us as descendants of the Atlantic slave trade? I guess we just have to wait and find out.